going on, motherfuckers? This is the Cummcast, episode number 11, and I am your co-host, Cody.
And I'm Ryan.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 7th episode of the Cummcast.
Lucky number 7.
Thank you, everybody who downloads this episode.
Downloaded every episode.
Yeah, thank you, everybody who downloaded every episode. Thank you for one episode that you downloaded. Thank you for listening. We appreciate everything you do. I know I said something like that in the last episode, but tell your friends, tell your wives, your kids, your friends. We're on every platform where podcasts can be found, so please just tell people about us.
What are you playing?
And ignore that. Sorry, guys. Ignore that. So, fucked up already in the first minute. So, thank you, everybody, again for listening. We really appreciate it. So, last week was our vacation episode. This episode, I know, is a little different. This episode is just going to be like normal setup.
We had 2 vacation episodes because we talked about a previous one.
Right.
Go on one and then...
So, this one's just going to be normal setup, guys. So, no need to worry. You don't have to worry about us telling fucking stories that probably you didn't even find interesting. So, how's everybody doing? Everybody have a good week. This week is all right. It's a normal week. Back to working. So, that's pretty much it. Just back to working. Just getting ready for a show that I'm putting together, a comedy show that I'm putting together here in our local hometown with a great group of guys that I do it with normally. So that's what I'm busy with. That's coming up this weekend, actually. Probably, I think it's tomorrow. The show is going to be when we're recording this. So, just thank you again for everybody who listened to this. I know I'm going to quit preaching about it. So, Ryan, what's going on with you? How's your work week?
It's all right. I don't do anything. I work, I come home, I eat, and I sleep, and that's it.
Very, 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 very constant. He's very constant.
Yep.
Very, very boring. He's very boring.
As they say, boring.
And he is still single. So, ladies, we are looking for a woman to match with this man. He's very easy to get along with. He eats everything.
Not true.
Doesn't do anything, and you don't have to worry about him cheating on you because he won't find anybody else if you find him.
That is a true statement.
So I hope everybody's had a good week. I know it's summertime. Y'all are out doing stuff.
Yeah.
I know we're out doing everything. You know, I like hiking, and I'm trying to get into kayaking and stuff like that. So I really hope I like kayaking.
You don't even have a kayak.
I want to try it first before I invest in it. So I'm going to try it because you can rent them. It's pretty cheap to rent at the lake here where we are. So I'm going to try that. So if anybody is interested in kayaking, and you have any tips or anything for me, or if I need to know anything before I try it, before I actually invest in it, because I don't think it's like buying a boat, because you buy a boat and then you pay out the ass for it. It's so expensive to own a boat. So I don't think it's like that. So if you have any recommendations on kayaking, you recommend kayaking, or places in Indiana, if you're from Indiana or around Indiana, if you have any recommendations, places, kayaking, or tips and tricks, you can just email us at
thecummcast@gmail.com.
So thecummcast@gmail.com.
Yet no emails,
So no emails,
except for my fake one that I had.
Yeah, except for Ryan's fake one a couple episodes ago, which I hope you guys found that funny, because I did. I thought it was funny. But
you were mad at first.
Yeah, I was mad at first, but it was funny. So no emails yet, which is fine. You guys don't have to give me recommendations. I don't give a fuck. I'll just YouTube it. So you can find everything on YouTube. But I hope you guys had a good week. Let's go ahead and get in the episode. First news story I have. Okay, so this is happening. This happened last week, last Saturday, May 25th, actually. So this
late news story.
Yeah, late news story. Well, I mean, since we do this episode at the end of the episode's at the end of the week, it's going to be from the previous week.
Yeah.
So last Saturday, and we didn't really have any time to do news stories or anything in the last episode because I've talked about vacation the whole time and my search for my journey for hot sauce. So last Saturday, May 25th, an asteroid that's nearly a mile wide that has its own moon went past Earth. And they said it was about 3,000 miles away from Earth, which is around, I think, or 3 million miles. 3 million miles.
How does an asteroid have its own moon?
It says right here, it says that it's around 3 miles away from Earth. At its closest it'll be around 7. It was around 7 p.m. on last Saturday that it went by Earth. And the name of the asteroid is 1999 KW4. And the only reason why they use that name is because it was founded in 1999. It was first found in 1999.
All right, why didn't we blow
it
up
goes then? We don't have to blow it up. It's never been dangerously close. Some people say it could be dangerously hazardous, but NASA has reassured everybody that it's not hazardous at all because it's going to be 3 million miles away from Earth, which is a very, very big distance away.
Yeah, because that's who we want to believe, NASA.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
Who faked the moon landing?
Well, we're still here, so I think we'll be all right. Now, this actually is kind of an interesting one because since 1999, we've seen that it goes around the sun every 188 days.
This asteroid,
which is about with the moon. It's about a mile. The main part of the asteroid is about a mile wide.
That's it.
And its moon. That's it. That's a scientific picture of it. And the main part of the asteroid is about a mile wide, and its moon is a third of that size, and it's roughly 1.6 miles away from the main body. And it's strange because they're connected by gravity. So they have
the same thing with our moon.
I know, but this is so small. It's only a mile wide, and it has its own moon. So it's connected by gravity, and this moon orbits around this asteroid as it moves through space. As it's going to go past Earth, you will be. They say that you may be able to see it on a telescope, on a good enough telescope, at the right time. But they say that this rotates and everything around this mile-wide moon, and it's just this tiny rock. So it's only about a third of a mile wide, which is.
Well, it's not tiny. It's not a tiny rock.
It's a big
fucking rock.
It's a mile wide rock. So it's a big fucking rock. But to us, it's not that big. But it could be hazardous if it did ever hit us. Because going that fast, anything that's a mile wide, it's going to be hazardous to Earth.
Judging by I'm guessing that's just an illustration of it.
That's just this is a scientific illustration
picture
of it.
It just looks like 2 tan balls of Play-Doh.
Right. But, so this is
So there could be something living on that.
I don't think so. I don't think there is anything living on it.
Then why would it have a moon?
I don't know, honestly. But it's been going past Earth every so often, every so many years since 1999. It says that it's going to zip past Earth again in 2036. And that's a reference by Life Science. So basically, we had a mile-sized rock with its own tiny little moon going around it zip past us last Saturday night. And if you are a astrology fan and you had your telescope out there, props to you because you might have seen it. But
because you didn't have better nothing to fucking do.
People have their own hobbies, Ryan. So you can't dog on people for having their hobbies.
Look at little nuts flying around in space.
It's not little nuts. It's a rock. It's a mile wide rock that would kill us.
Mm-hmm. If it hit us, but NASA says that it's not going to.
NASA.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody pay attention to Ryan mocking people. It's NASA.
Space
Ryan.
Force. We're fighting aliens. I found one. It's also old news. But
well, it's gonna be old news. It was from the past week, Ryan. It's gonna be like that.
24th. So a Virginia woman, she wins the lottery, $100,000 jackpot, using her NASCAR numbers. So if this ain't redneck, I don't know what is. So this Virginia woman used her favorite NASCAR drivers, their numbers, and she won $100,000 on a Cash 5 ticket. She used the NASCAR drivers, her favorites, as 3, which is
Dale Earnhardt.
8.
It's everybody's fucking favorite.
8, which is
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
14, which I don't know. 20, and then 29.
Wait, Dale Earnhart Jr. is number 88. Sorry.
Whatever.
I don't know fucking NASCAR. My girlfriend's family. If my girlfriend's family was in here, both sides of the family. If her family was in here, they know what the fuck that is. But I don't fucking know NASCAR.
Anyway, she picked her favorite NASCAR drivers 3, 8, 14, 20, and 29, and won $100,000. So, I guess she seems very happy. But,
well, fuck. If I had $100,000, I'd be pretty damn happy.
Yeah. So I guess that's Hillbilly for you. In Virginia, I could see that. And I think when we were flying back from vacation, they were having an Indianapolis race. I don't know what it was because some guy on the plane was talking about he was flying in from Florida to Indianapolis to see the race. I don't know. I don't remember what race it was. I don't know if it was NASCAR or what was going on. But so yeah, this lady is $100,000 richer because of her favorite NASCAR drivers. So vote. So play the lottery on your favorite NASCAR drivers, everybody. I guess
they're taking a left turn. Yeah. Oh Jesus! Fucking NASCAR, 4 hours of nothing.
You have a NASCAR party to go to, don't you?
No.
Or you did go to one?
Yeah, we're not going to that anymore.
Oh yeah.
I was going to go to my girlfriend's family's NASCAR party. Well, it would have been last weekend. I was gonna go, but we wound up not going. The Daytona 500, which was last Sunday, the day before Memorial Day. So was going to go to that, but we wound up not going because she had other plans and I didn't want to go. I did because they were going to have pizza and beer, but
you were going to go because they had pizza and beer.
That's it. I don't fucking like NASCAR, so pizza and beer. Shout out to pizza and beer. Pizza and beer.
Pizza and beer.
Pizza and beer. Pizza and beer. But so pizza and beer is my only excuse for going to watch a NASCAR race, and I wasn't even going to watch it. So, but her grandpa is very big into that, and I do not have a favorite NASCAR driver, so I'm surprised I'm still accepted by the family. But so didn't go to that. But
I don't watch either. But the first lap and the last lap, you get to see who win in the first lap is. You get to see all the crashes because everybody fucks up.
Right. But we hope everybody had a great Memorial Day last week. I know we did. We didn't really do much. We went to we went to see our mom for dinner like normal. But that was about it. We don't. Other than that, we didn't really get together with any family. So, but if you guys did, get a paid day off. At least we did.
Yeah, we did.
So you get the day off, enjoy with your families. So we're glad. We hope everybody had a good Memorial Day. So I got another news story right here, and this was from two Thursdays ago. So sorry, this is just a little old, guys, but
yeah, all our news is old news.
Yeah, but
nothing happened recently.
Right. So Harrison Ford was recently on Jimmy Kimmel, and
Jesus, he looks rough.
Harrison, he looks like the definition of Earl Grey.
Well, he needs to do what Dennis Quaid did. Have you seen Dennis Quaid recently? He was in one of them commercials over there. He looks fucking good. I don't know what he's been doing, but they did something to all of this.
Probably Botox.
I don't know, but he looks good. Harrison Ford looks Santa Claus.
Well, Harrison Ford, so he was recently on Jimmy Kimmel because his co-star Peter Mayhew, which also played Chewbacca in the Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
He recently died in April at age 74, and it was just a recap. Harrison Ford was on Jimmy Kimmel talking about his friend Peter Mayhew, who played Chewbacca in all the movies with him. And he was 7'3", so he didn't wear stilts or anything. He was actually 7'3" inches tall. So, and Harrison Ford now, he looks like a gray Chewbacca. If you haven't seen Harrison Ford lately, he looks like a gray Chewbacca.
That dude should have died 3 times already, though.
Right.
Didn't he crash his plane like 3 times or something, 3 or 4?
I'm not sure. You talking about in the Indiana Jones movies?
No, in real fucking life. He flies them single engine Cessnas all the time. He's crashed like 3 times in like these fiery crashes, and has been able to like crawl out alive with like broken arm and maybe like minor burns and shit.
So Ford said that Harrison Ford. He said that he was a really sweet man, a nice man. He said he had endured a hard time physically due to his struggle with Marfan syndrome. It was really hard for him to do what he needed to do.
Is that with all the hair on his body? Is that what that is?
No, I think it's because he was tall, probably.
Oh. So it wasn't because he was covered in hair?
No, he wasn't covered in hair. That was just a costume.
It was a joke.
Oh, okay. It was really hard for him to do what he needed to do for us. What he did do for all of us. Ford continued, and he said that he did it with real dignity and class. He was a really neat guy. Ford said, "I miss him." Before he finished before he finished his statement.
He was showing me pictures. He's the guy on the right, I'm guessing.
Yeah, he's the guy on the right in this big picture. Marfan syndrome, the genetic disorder that made Chewbacca tall. So, I guess Marfan syndrome is a disease that I guess makes you very tall, and I assume that you also have very bad problems, probably with joints and stuff like that. So Marfan, it says it's defined as a hereditable disorder that affects the body's connective tissues, and it tends to give people long, thin limbs and sometimes curvature of the spine. So it is a degenerative. It degenerates your bones and your joints and stuff like that. So he probably had a rough life. I mean, he died at 74, and I assume it probably was from the Marfan syndrome.
Had a lot of money though.
I assume he did. I'm assuming he lived a comfortable life. I mean, I'm gonna say he probably didn't do much after Chewbacca, but which I'm not aware of. I'm not aware of what he did. I didn't really look it up that much. But but
I'm not really a Star Wars fan.
But rest in peace, Chewbacca. You died in April, but rest in peace. Yeah. And shout out to Harrison Ford. You need a razor
and Botox.
And Botox. Am I the only one that thought Dennis Quaid and Harrison Ford are brothers?
They are brothers.
They're not brothers. Dennis Quaid.
Not anymore.
Dennis Quaid only has one brother, and that's Randy Quaid.
When they were younger, they look exactly alike. Now that they're old and decrepit and can't hardly get around anymore, they look completely opposite. Especially with Harrison Ford being old and Dennis Quaid looking young and hot.
Dennis Quaid only has one brother, and that's Randy Quaid.
Okay.
That's the only. But I thought Harrison Ford and Dennis Quaid were brothers. They look alike.
And Harrison Ford has one brother, F-150.
F-150 Ford.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh Jesus.
I got one here. You'll probably find this one interesting. For the fitness junkies out there,
that's me.
This woman is a BA badass. So she holds plank position for 4 hours and 20 minutes for a new world record.
Wait, how long?
4 hours and 20 minutes.
Fuck that. That's a strong ass core. 60 second plank, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I could do that like 3 or 4 times in a row and then I'm done.
It says here, a Montreal fitness enthusiast attending an Illinois event broke a Guinness World Record by holding the plank position for 4 hours and 20 minutes.
Excuse me.
She's a Montreal yoga instructor, and she was attending her first international plank training conference. So I guess there's a plank training conference so you can learn how to plank, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Hey, there's a conference to train you for anything. So.
Gotta give somebody a job.
Yeah.
And then she decided that she was gonna break the previous planking record of 3 hours and 30 minutes, which was set in 2015. So, and she started training in 2016. So she's been training for 3 years to beat the planking thing. Can you imagine that? Just be like, oh man, I'm gonna go train. Like you train and then say, oh, call me later, and then you text them, and then it's 3 hours later you text them and they say, no, still training. I'm like, dude, that was 3 fucking hours ago. Like I've been training my planking. I'm trying to beat the record.
Right. Well, a guy that we know is a Navy SEAL, and he is in the gym for at least 3 or 4 hours. But that is also because that is his job. he has to be the most peak physical fitness ever. So he has to train a long time.
Yeah.
But so it was so did she say if she has any other aspirations to break another record, or is that all?
No. It just tells about some other person, which is weird because like it's kind of racist because it's like it doesn't say the ethnicity of the two people who did the first planking, like the 2015 person, and then but the 2015 was a female, and then this one that recently did it was also a female. But then like it goes back and says in 2016 a Chinese man, but it doesn't say either of the women their ethnicity. But it says a Chinese man named Mao Weidong earned a record planking in a male category in 2016 when he held the position for 8 hours and 1 minute. Jesus.
Well, that's
8 hours?
That's a long ass plank, man.
Yeah. A Chinese man. Mao Weidong. Mao Weidong. Anyway. So, congratulations, Donna Galawaka.
Congratulations. Congratulations for the world record plank. You earned it.
And she's from Montreal. Dana Glowaka.
Good job. Yeah, 60 seconds is about all I can do. I can do it multiple times, but 60 seconds in a row, I'm done. I'm done planking. That's a boss. It's a boss right there. But speaking of fitness and nutrition, let's discuss how much weight. I heard you gained a little bit of weight over vacation.
Why are you asking me this?
I've heard you gained a little bit of weight. I know. I've also gained weight. Let's tell the listeners how much weight Ryan gained on his 8-day vacation.
Don't fucking worry about it.
Huh?
Don't worry about it. 7 pounds, that's it.
Ryan gained 7 pounds. He lost 10 and gained 7 back.
Mm-hmm.
But that's vacation, guys. I mean, it's whatever. Just get back on track and just keep losing, Ryan. So,
milk that pig.
So, exactly. You get down, you milk that fucking pig. And milk that pig, get right back on the horse again. I mixed two of those things together. And I am a whopping 20. I've gained 20 fucking pounds.
I don't know how.
Most of it's probably water. And I didn't drink that hardly at all before I went. And I didn't eat nothing like I did on vacation. I ate dinner twice, 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
In the buffet because I was drunk and I just ate.
You wanted to eat every 4 hours. I said, Cody, are you really hungry? You're like, yeah. I said, we just got done fucking eating.
Yeah, but anyway, so...
I can wait like 6 or 7, maybe even 8 hours before I eat.
So I gained 20 pounds, guys, over my vacation. I'm not letting it get me down, though. I mean, I earned that vacation. I earned
that 20 pounds.
I did. I earned that vacation. I earned the weight that I lost. So I'm fine with it. I'm already back on track. I got back on track the day after. So I've been back on intermittent fasting. I've been back to eating right.
I had pizza that night.
So I'm not worried about. Well, I didn't eat right that day, but so I finished on my vacation on that day after, and then I've been back on it for a week now. So I'm back on it. So just get back on it, guys. Give yourself allowances. Just do it. It's fine. Just get back on it. If you can get back on it, do whatever. Take a break. But you have to make sure you earn that break to do it. But give yourself a break if you've earned it. And just get back on track afterwards. Don't let it get away from you because it'll get away from you fast. And before you know it, you fucked up. Bad. So just get back on track, guys.
You have fucked up now.
So just get back on track, guys, if you give yourself an allowance and do a cheat day or you go on vacation. But have fun. Don't restrict yourselves because you won't have any fun. I didn't restrict at all. I kind of went overboard actually.
Yeah, no shit.
But hey, I'm back on track, losing it. So just get back on track, guys.
Yeah, and after we landed in Indy, we stopped at that Copper Moon place, the coffee place there in the airport, and you're just like, I'm gonna stop in here, and I'm just like, why? You're like, I'm gonna get something to drink, and I was like, okay, because you never drink coffee unless it's like half a cup and then more water on top, and then you just basically got like a milkshake. You got coffee, a frappuccino, I'm pretty sure, but it was basically just a milkshake, and I actually got a nice coffee.
Yeah, basically a milkshake. I was completely aware of the amount.
It's just sugar. And
I was completely.
I don't care. I'm still on vacation.
Exactly. I was completely aware of the amount of sugar in that Frappuccino, but I did not give a fuck because I was still on vacation. Now I'm not on vacation still, so I'm back on it. And you just got to have that discipline. If you can have that discipline, you can do whatever you want as long as you have that discipline to get back on it.
Yeah.
So that's our news flash, our rapid weight gain over vacation. Mine a little bit more severe than yours, but in other news, we haven't actually been following this, but this Wisconsin man, I guess
you gonna say consummated?
No. This Wisconsin man was sentenced to 2 life terms for kidnapping a teen and murdering her parents. So Jake Patterson had his sentence, and this was last Friday. Had his sentence hearing, and he was sentenced last Friday on May 24th to 2 life terms for murdering James and Denise Kloss, he also kidnapped their daughter, Jamie. He's a 21-year-old.
He's fucking 21.
He's 21 years old.
He has no fucking hair on the top of his head. He has no fucking hair.
He looks like he's 45. So he's a piece of shit. So Jake Patterson, you're a piece of shit, and he'll spend the rest of his life in bars for. They sentence him
behind bars, not in bars.
So sorry, behind bars.
He's not sitting there drinking.
With your 2 life sentences, and I hope you get fucked from behind multiple times every day. He pleaded guilty in March to 2 counts of international homicide in the deaths of why does it say intentional, not international.
When was this?
This was in March, but they just sentenced him last Friday.
The March of okay.
Yeah. They just sentenced
him.
I'm
just wondering because this dude has no hair on he has no hair on the top of his head and hair on the sides, and it says he's 21.
Yeah, and
I'm just wondering if he spent 20 years in prison then and now is getting sentenced for this.
By the looks of him, this could have been a future potential serial killer. So luckily they found him because he looks fucked. He looks like Jeffrey Dahmer. So this
Jeffrey Dahmer had hair.
Yeah, but minus the hair. It doesn't have to be exact, but this could have been a future serial killer because he looks fucked up. Now, anyway, so he pleaded guilty. He kidnapped the 13-year-old Jamie Kloss and kept her captive for 88 days. He was also sentenced to 25 years for abducting a girl. So he got 2 life sentences and 25 years. He's gonna die in prison, which fucking good. That's what he deserves. The girl Jamie, she did not appear in court for the sentencing, but her guardian read a statement.
She's okay.
She's good. She's fine.
How old is she?
She was 13, so she's alive, and he held her for 88 days. So and murdered both of her parents. So she did not appear in court, but the guardian of Jamie Patterson said he thought that he could own me, but he was wrong. I was smarter. She said she wanted to see Patterson locked up forever, as quoted by the Associated Press. She described Patterson as the embodiment of evil, which is, I assume she probably had help writing this because she's 13 years old. But honestly, I've met 13-year-olds that are smarter than I am. So she described Patterson as the embodiment of evil. The defendant's crime was the most heinous and dangerous he had ever seen. So, and that was the Barron County Circuit Court judge there in Wisconsin, James Babler. So the most heinous and dangerous he had ever seen.
I don't see how. I mean, he only killed 2 people.
Well, this is probably a small town, and he held the girl for 88 days.
I mean, Wisconsin.
That's a long fucking time.
Yeah, but I mean, Wisconsin's full of people that have killed other people.
Wisconsin is like the serial killer capital of the U.S.
Yeah.
We've had more serial killers from Wisconsin than anything. So honestly, it's not that surprising, to be honest. But Patterson stated that he never would have been caught if he would have planned everything perfectly. So fucking serial killer,
fucking piece of
so
shit.
Lucky that we fucking caught him. If you plan everything perfectly, fuck you, Jake Patterson, you 21-year-old piece of fucking shit. You probably piss your pants, or you probably still wet the fucking bed still. Which is a common sign of a serial killer. So if you know a 20-year-old guy that still pisses in his bed, and he's just a little distant, fucking watch out, people. Especially if he's from Wisconsin.
Sorry if you can hear Bo barking. I don't know what he's barking at. Probably
so
something.
He says that Patterson said that he had fantasized about keeping a young girl, torturing her, and controlling her. He also said that he had a number of opportunity to kidnap another girl.
Hold on 1 second. I'm going to see what he's barking at. Alright, and we're back. Sorry about that, guys.
Sorry about that, guys. You know pets. You love them, but sometimes you just can't fucking stand them. But
yeah, I don't even know what he was barking at.
I think it was the mailman. I think the mailman was outside. Which typical stereotype, dog barking the mailman. Yeah. But anyway, back to what we were saying. So the Barron County District Attorney Brian Wright told the judge during Patterson's sentencing hearing that Friday that Patterson would never stop trying to find and possibly kill Jamie if he gets out of prison. He said Patterson can never get another opportunity to kidnap another girl and kill her or anyone with her. So, good job, Wisconsin law enforcement and Barron County law enforcement. Good job on this one, guys. I'm telling you, this could have been a future fucking serial killer. But you never know until you never know that there's a serial killer out there until they're caught.
Yeah.
So, good job, Wisconsin law enforcement. Good job, guys. You did a good job on this one.
You did watch the Ted Bundy thing on Netflix.
Yes, I recently watched the Ted Bundy movie with Zac Efron.
Yeah, not the tapes, but the
tapes, but the movie with Zac Efron. I think Zac Efron, great actor. I love a lot of his stuff. He's funny, but he did a great job in this movie, and it's on Netflix, so it's a Netflix original movie. So if you haven't seen it yet, it's been out for a little while, so spoiler alert, he gets caught. So anyway, that movie, I liked it. It was really good. Zac Efron did a good job. The girl who played his
wife,
was his wife? Are they married?
Well, girlfriend,
going to be fiance. So the girl that played that, she did a great job too. Literally drove her insane, pretty much. But all in all, great movie. I'm a big fan of true crime, and I'm a big fan of true crime and serial killers. And so if you guys haven't seen that, I would definitely recommend seeing it. And I also watched. Then this has definitely been out for a while. The Dirt, the storytelling about Motley Crue. I watched that on Netflix too. Also.
Yeah, if you haven't seen that, you need.
If you have not seen that movie, you have to see it. So, great movie. It just tells a story about Motley Crue and all the shenanigans they fucking did, everything they've been through. And I think they played it pretty true. I mean, there was a few things what I thought was interesting, they even stopped rolling, like they did like a pan over to the side and with the character, and they stopped and they're just like, this didn't really happen, we just added it anyway, we didn't think it would matter.
Like,
so
yeah, this is crazy. Like,
so
this was so fucked up and blah blah blah, and we regret it now and all this.
Yeah, so I like that part because I think they stayed a little truer to the actual story, which I like that. I hate when they Hollywood the shit out of it and they add a bunch of stuff that they don't need to, which I understand it's just trying to sell, but it's Motley fucking Crue.
The best thing was they didn't pick anybody famous.
Right.
Besides, nobody in acting besides Machine Gun Kelly, but he's not an actor.
That was Pete Davidson, Pete Davidson, the comedian.
But he didn't have like a major part.
He was the agent. He was the agent from the Hollywood the Hollywood record company.
Yeah, like the rookie manager, talent agent.
But it was great when they showed Ozzy Osbourne back in his day just being fucking nuts. That was hilarious. Machine Gun Kelly played Tommy Lee, the drummer from Motley Crue, in it. I think he did a good job. Everybody just great job in that movie. So I think they did a great job. I love Motley Crue. My go-to karaoke song is a Motley Crue song. So just that was a great movie, and I recommend you guys seeing both those movies.
That stuff with Ozzy is crazy, but it's true because there's so many stories of him doing stuff like that and biting the head off that bat, and then just ridiculous stuff. And he was the one who would dump water on himself, or whatever it was.
Yeah, he would dump water.
Because he pissed himself.
Yeah, he would dump water on himself on stage because he'd be so fucked up from alcohol and drugs combining them that he would piss his pants on stage. So he would have them always dump water on him as an act to show that he was, just part of the show and maybe to cool him down a little bit. But it was so when he pissed his pants, nobody would know. Yeah.
And I finished watching Supernatural. If you guys haven't seen Supernatural, it's with Jason Ackles and I don't remember the other guy's name, but it's not like a ghost hunting show or whatever. You just have to watch it. They just did their 14th season. I guess it's the end. I don't know if it's the end. Cody just told me it was the end. So
we'll go over that here in a minute too.
But I mean, I just recently watched that, and I've watched it. We've watched it forever, being 14 seasons, but. I finally finished that, and then I've just been basically watching YouTube. I've been found a new person on there that does cooking shows. It's Sam the Cooking Guy on YouTube. What I was watching whenever you showed up.
Yeah.
But it's Sam the Cooking Guy on YouTube. He's had a YouTube channel for like 8 years now, but I just recently found him, and I've been watching all his shit. And he just takes things. Normal everyday things and makes it better. So he'll do like a Big Mac or a McDonald's Egg McMuffin or something like that, but he'll make it his way and make it better and like throw bacon on it or throw an egg on it or something like that and use different components and seasonings and stuff like that to make something cool. And it's just, they're like max like 23 minutes or something like that for like the bigger ones. But I've been enjoying that quite a bit, and he's funny and it's enjoyable. So that's what basically all I've been doing is basically watching YouTube shit. Excuse me. And I'm drinking beer right now. There isn't really no beer of the week like last week. I still had Miller Lite left over from last week.
I'm slacking, guys. I'm sorry. It's just Miller Lite again. I'm sure you guys never had Miller Lite. You should probably try it.
I had it from, last week I just picked it up at the store.
I'm just slacking big time, but hey, go crazy, just your own beer of the week today. So I'll get back on it next episode, guys. I'm slacking lately. I just had a lot going on with the show and that I've been planning and stuff like that, so I just haven't had time. So I still appreciate you guys listening. So just don't be mad at me because I don't have a beer of the week the past 2 weeks. So I apologize, but next week I'll have it. And from now on, for the foreseeable future, I'm just slacking on you guys.
Get a bunch of emails because you're slacking on the beer of the week.
If I'm slacking on the beer of the week and you think I'm slacking and you're mad at me, just go ahead and email us at thecummcast@gmail.com.
We won't get one.
We won't get one, but I'm just saying if you really got a problem with it, then just hit it up. Just hit up the email, thecummcast@gmail.com, and
please just send us an email.
Just send us something.
For fuck's sake.
Send Ryan a picture of your dick.
No.
Ryan's gonna get dick pics. Dick pic outrage.
This is a business email, so fuck off with your dick pics.
All right, pictures of tits. Do that.
Send them to Cody's Snapchat.
No, don't send them to Cody's Snapchat. I don't use Snapchat.
I'm pretty sure it's Cody. Yes,
don't get my fucking Snapchat.
I don't know your Snapchat. I'm guessing it's Cody Cummings.
No, it's not fucking Cody Cummings.
Cody.
No. Don't fucking give shit out. Ryan, stop. Jesus.
I don't know it. I was just gonna.
Well, don't fucking guess.
Cody 59.
No, stop. Shut the fuck up. Jesus. Anyway, so I have another news story here. Harvey Weinstein reaches a $44 million deal with his accusers. This is
still fucking going on.
This is still fucking going on. This is the latter part of it, though. This is definitely the latter part of it. So, $44 million, but Harvey Weinstein is not going to be paying for that $44 million himself. It's actually coming from the insurance policies that he has. So basically about $30 million of that is going to go to the accusers that Harvey Weinstein has. The So accusers, studio creditors, former employees of Weinstein Co., who said they felt they might be punished in a hostile work environment, according to the Journal. And this is actually, where is this? What is this on? So this is on NPR. So and the remaining $14 million would go to pay for his legal fees that the Harvey Weinstein's associates faced. So basically, the agreement, it must be approved by the advisors who now control Weinstein Co. in bankruptcy proceedings. So Weinstein Co. is going bankrupt. He's got to pay out. They have to pay out this $44 million deal to go out to his accusers and the people who have been affected. Their lives have been changed by this monster, Harvey Weinstein. So shout out to all you guys. That's great. You guys are finally getting your justice. So shout out to you guys. That's great. We're with you guys. So round of applause for that. Round of applause. I'm the only one.
So he's going bankrupt because of all this money.
His Weinstein Co. is going bankrupt because of all this money, which is, it has to. That's $44 million, and he's also facing. Sorry, I can't talk today. He's also facing 2 more counts in New York City, which that is going to be processed forward. It doesn't really say much about the other 2 accusations, but it has accusations of rape and sexual harassment. So they're coming out of the woodwork. They still are coming out. There's 2 more, like I said, in New York City, but there's going to be more money that's going to have to be paid. But Weinstein Co. is going bankrupt, so those people are getting their justice. So good deal. That's good for them. It's great. That's awesome. We're with you guys. We support you guys. So that's awesome. Let's get all these people, these fucking horrible people, out of here. It's great. So good job for you guys. Good job. You're finally getting your justice. So you got anything else for today? What time are we at?
43.
Got plenty of time. All right. So let's see. Do we have any? You got any topics for me? You have any topics besides news?
No, not really. I mean, I didn't really have a lot of time to prepare.
Well, Ryan's slacking. I'm slacking on beer. Ryan's slacking on his fucking duties for this podcast.
My fucking duties, whatever. I have no idea.
Here's one other news article. Border Patrol seizes a small one-person aircraft loaded with meth, fentanyl, after it flies into the U.S.
Where the fuck was this? Why don't you pull this out of your fucking back pocket?
I just found it. So, an ultralight aircraft carrying $500,000 worth of methamphetamine and fentanyl across the southern border was taken by the Border Patrol agents, and this was last Thursday. So, according to the agency, but the pilot managed to make his escape. So, the fucker got away. The single-person aircraft was tracked flying across the U.S.-Mexico border by agents in the Tucson, Arizona area at about 11 p.m. The ultralight craft was tracked to a landing site on a dirt road south of Tucson, Customs and Border Patrol said in a press release. The drugs were found, but the pilot was not. So
he fucking bailed.
Yeah, so a helicopter crew and Border Patrol agents conducted an exhaustive search of the area, but did not find the presumed pilot.
Those pictures right there, those are like the bundles of bullshit or whatever?
Yeah, that's the bundles of all the drugs. And I'm trying to find a better picture of where he kept them all.
I'm guessing it's just in the floorboard.
Right. 30,000 fentanyl pills. Oh, wait, no, that's a different fucking story. That's a different fucking story. Arizona, you're full of fucking fentanyl. Which fentanyl, it's getting fucking bad, man. Fentanyl's getting bad.
Yeah.
Authorities, it says that they got 143 pounds of meth, 220 grams of fentanyl worth $500,000. So $500,000 that this dude loaded onto this small ultralight aircraft. And if you don't know what an ultralight aircraft is, It's literally the thing you see that
it has a parachute.
It has a parachute, or it has like a glider on it. It's the thing that you can glide on. So it's tiny. It's like it's literally one person. So it's kind of like the cockpit of like a go-kart, and it's very small. And I'm trying to figure out where the hell he put it all, because 143 pounds and those ultralights, they don't carry that much.
No, he must have been a tiny feller.
It said, despite the relatively small quantity, fentanyl is so strong, about 50 times stronger than heroin, that it is measured in micrograms, or 1/1,000,000th of a gram, according to the Harm Reduction Coalition.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. They still use it in hospitals, too. I remember I don't remember what I was watching. But I think it was on YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube. Anyway, these people that have a channel on there, I guess one guy was having surgery on his leg or something, and he asked what they were going to give him to sedate him, and he said, or the nurse said, well, we're just going to give you fentanyl. He's like, can't, that kill me? And she's like, well, if we give you too much. He's like, well, I don't know if I want that. If it's that fucking strong, they said that they're only going to give him like the head of a pin, like the head of the head of a pin is the amount that like can kill you. Yeah, they were going to give him less than that. Yeah, how the fuck do you measure that? How do you measure the head of a pin? I mean, it's ridiculous. And this shit is everywhere. It's like a grain of sand can kill you. Yeah, they use it to take you off of meth. Mm-hmm. They use it to take you off. It's a medical grade drug to take you off of meth. But if you can only have the size of a pin, what the fuck, man? Well, I'd say they mix it with other shit. Probably. Just give you a fucking cocktail. But this is just another way that Big Pharma has created something that people are getting hooked on. Yeah, but also Big Pharma has done a lot of stuff to help people. So True. That's a big thing. Medicine helps people. But they also fuck people. That's I always say you can always have too much of a good thing. You can always have too much of a good thing. And that's from my experience, that is true. You really can. And it even says, the last part of the article, it says even drones have been used to smuggle drugs over the border. Drones? So last year, because they got like a 7-mile thing. Right. So last year in January 2018, a man in San Diego was sentenced to 12 years in prison for smuggling meth into the U.S. using a drone. So drone fans, there you go. You can be a drug smuggler now, which I don't recommend that at all. But which is pretty crazy that they're on top of that now, because they got like the heat seeking and all that crap, and all the technology of them just catching people and whatnot is crazy. And from the looks of the picture of the plane, which you can see here, Ryan. He's got it strapped on the side. Do you see that? He's got it in big packages right there. So he's got it strapped. Somehow they made 2 steel framed baskets, kind of like a sidecar on a motorcycle, on each side of this little plane. And this plane is tiny. And he's also got it behind his seat. And they've strapped it to this thing, and it weighed 143 pounds. Another thing I don't get is why wouldn't you make like a mechanism to like just drop it, just latch it and drop it, and then fucking get out of there instead of landing. That I do not know, but I know that is. I'm glad the Border Patrol found that. Too bad you didn't get your man, but we stopped all that meth and fentanyl from getting on the streets, which is great, because to be honest, some of it probably would have made its way to Indiana, because meth, but fentanyl definitely. Just because meth in Indiana is very bad. Like our small little hometown is the meth capital of our state, which is what everybody says. What? That is? It is. Well, I mean, where everybody's from is meth. So everybody thinks that their town is the meth capital of Indiana, which isn't true, because ours is. We have the biggest. I mean, everywhere across the country, like on the cruise. Oh yeah, every state in the country has a meth capital of their state. That's what I'm saying. It's just like we were saying, oh yeah, it's a meth capital of Indiana where we're from, and they just started laughing. They're like, yeah, I bet. It's like we got plenty of places where we're from and that, and like we met people in like Georgia and South Carolina, North Carolina, and all that. So right, and they just, the town next to them was the meth capital of that state. So every state's got a drug capital in their state. Every state in the U.S. does, but
But ours, I mean, we got the biggest meth lab bust in Indiana, and it was 46 separate meth labs. I probably told this story before. 46 separate meth labs. So. 46 separate meth labs in one building, and only 4 people running it.
Yeah,
that's fast. that is fucking fast. But yeah, just glad that they kept all that fucking shit off the streets, because we're seeing people that we grew up with in high school, and
meth not so much. Meth is not that scary. You gotta do a lot of meth to fucking overdose and shit. Fentanyl is a big fucking no-no.
Fentanyl, it's just like heroin. I mean, but it's worse. It's worse. Fentanyl, man, you're one and done. You could die on the first try.
Yeah.
And that's just like that. What the fuck was it? It was that shit that was mixed with an elephant tranquilizer, right? It was that thing we've been having. We had it around last year.
It was heroin, and it was mixed.
It was heroin mixed with meth and elephant tranquilizer, and they called it concrete or something like that, and it looked like concrete dust. But an Indiana cop last year, it was going around. It still is a lot, but a cop in Indiana actually almost died from it because he found, it looked like concrete dust, because that's what it looks like. It's gray and it's a powder, and he found some of it, and it's so strong that he touched it without a glove on his hand. It was on his pants, and he brushed it off of his jeans without a glove on his hand, and it's so strong that it soaked through his skin in his hand and caused him to have a seizure just a couple minutes later. Yeah. But he did survive. But I bet that was a fucking blast from the past. I bet you had your life flash before your fucking eyes, because you don't know what's going on, and you just start having seizures. Mm-hmm. And that shit is so strong just from touching it. It soaks through your skin.
Well, but, we know people who, like, that person we know, and then his daughter did that. There was, like, they were up in Indy and were doing that, and it had that elephant tranquilizer in it, or maybe fentanyl, I don't remember. And there was a big group of like 8 of them, and they all did it at the same time, and they all OD'd and died.
Yeah, they all died.
So there was 8 bodies.
I think there was like 4 or 5.
I thought there was 8 of them.
But they all died, every single one of them.
Yeah. So there was, but just a bunch of bodies sitting in this apartment in Indy. So, yep, it's sad, but it's true, and it's a hard truth, and we just gotta. If you're dumb enough to do it, you're dumb enough to die from it.
Our hearts go out to the people that have to deal with that, the first responders, so ambulance and fire and police officers. Our hearts go out to you guys. I know it's hard, but you guys serve and protect, and you do your duty, and you do a lot for everybody. Some people don't really appreciate police officers and first responders, men and women, that do that duty, but we do. We appreciate all you guys.
Yep.
I know there's been controversy. People fuck up. We're people. We're human. People fuck up. It's just taking those people that fuck up and getting them in line or taking them out of line. It's part of it. People fuck up. It just gets noticed, and because everything is everything is posted so much on social media. It's the biggest platform we've ever have, and
everybody can take everything out of context.
Exactly.
Depending on, like, there's a minute of this, video, but if you cut it down to 30 seconds, then you catch the ass end of something that has been said that sounds completely wrong from what has actually happened.
That's honestly like Florida news. I know Florida news is a statistic, and it's literally a thing. You Google Florida man or Florida person, and there's just this crazy fucking headline. But honestly, guys, people in Florida are fucking crazy, but I feel like they're not that much crazier than all the other states. Honestly, it's just that statistic is out there, and all those headlines get pushed to the front of the pile.
And also Florida signed that bill that says that they're allowed to leak all of their information out to everybody. So their information is more readily available to everyone that can access the internet than, say, Indiana or Kentucky or something like that. So if you see a news story and you see it in Indiana, like in a paper or something like that, you probably won't catch it on the internet. But Florida, they publish everything that happens.
Somebody did that for a joke.
I guess, but Florida, they publish everything, every news, every something that makes it in the paper or on the news. It's published on the internet and everything like that. So it's readily available for everybody to see. That's why, it's so crazy. But it's just crazy everywhere. Florida just gets that extra oomph because all their shit hits the internet a lot more quicker.
What time we got? About done?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, this has been a good episode. We really appreciate all of you guys who download and listen. Tell a friend, tell multiple friends, just tell somebody, get it out there. If you like what we do, get it out there. If you have questions or comments or you want to talk about anything, you can email us at thecummcast@gmail.com. But other than that, we really appreciate everything you guys have done so far with us. Just listening to us, basically. We really appreciate it. We never would have thought that we've gotten 70 plus downloads ever. So you've definitely made us believers that this thing that we're doing is possible to make a dent.
Yeah.
And with all this free content out there, you've made a believer out of me, everybody. I never would have thought that we would have gotten this many downloads, this many episodes in. So again, thank you so much to everybody that listens. I greatly appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
And again, just like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. So this is the Cummcast. Just remember, guys, when life gets you down, milk that pig. We out.
Peace.